Now to America's crime surge. At least 5 people, including an off-duty police officer, are dead following a shooting along a walking trail in Raleigh, North Carolina. This comes after 2 Connecticut police officers in Bristol, Connecticut, were shot and killed, and another seriously injured in a reported ambush while responding to a fake domestic dispute. We are joined by former NYPD Commissioner Bernie Kerik to talk about all of this. Bernie, it is so troubling right now what's been happening, and this war on police is just, it's stunning and it's heartbreaking to see. I just want to show a comment, Bernie. This is from the National Fraternal Order of Police, and they tweeted out, since Monday, at least 12 police officers have been shot. The spewing of anti-police rhetoric by some political and media figures, as well as the failed policies of rogue prosecutors and judges, are placing our officers in greater danger. This culture of lawlessness must stop. Your thoughts? I mean, this is stunning when I see 12 officers, and this case in Bristol, Connecticut. By the way, there was also an officer who was killed in Las Vegas, too, Bernie. I mean, this is so troubling.
And there was a young female officer also killed in Mississippi just before this, within the last 5 or 6 days. The bottom line is, and I agree with the FOP, but I would add to that, Rita, it's not just the rogue policies of the prosecutors and the judges. It's the rogue policies of the governors and the mayors and the city council members that have called for defunding. It's about the governors that have left in place these bail reform laws that are emboldening the bad guys, that are not locking them up, not keeping them in once they're locked up, taking away the judge's discretion on what they do with them when they come in on initial charges. These are all things that could easily be changed by governors in these states where you see major surges in violent crime and murder, and yet they're doing nothing about it.
Yeah, and in fact, Bernie, you know, New York politician Tiffany Caban out there still pushing this defund the police. I think of Cori Bush down south, of course, the congresswoman there, said, I stand by my defund the police. She was asked about it repeatedly. Absolutely. She hasn't wavered. And it's shocking because the numbers are clear. The numbers are clear that crime is escalating, and it's clear that attacks on police are escalating. I mean, there's clearly a correlation, correct?
There is, but you have to look at people like Cori Bush. This is a woman that has supported Black Lives Matter, which is sort of a continuation of the Black Liberation Army, the Black Panther Party from the 70s and 80s, that despised cops, that went out and assassinated cops. Black Lives Matter has called for the assassination of cops around the country. This is a woman that supports that. She has no business being in Congress. The bottom line is, as long as you have people like that in government, they're irresponsible, they're dangerous, you know, they're terrible for our communities, for the country. They should be voted out of office.
Yeah, and it's a very important reminder, Bernie, with the elections right around the corner, that people need to look at law and order when they go into the ballot booth and make their decisions. You know, you and I were talking earlier, Bernie, and we were talking about the impact it also has on officers, of the morale within officers, and also their fear to act. One of the things you and I were talking, there was a case in a subway in New York, and the officer was afraid to go after the neck, so he was grabbing the leg of the suspect, and the officer is getting beaten on the head, basically, but it's because, they're afraid to get hauled into internal review. There's so many restrictions on cops, in addition to the rhetoric they're dealing.
Well, in New York City, they made illegal a chokehold. And I understand that, but the bottom line is cops, when they're in a situation where they have to put somebody in a headlock to gain restraint or to control them, they're afraid to do it. In this one circumstance, you had one cop holding on to the perp for dear life, and the other guy would not touch him, basically would not put his hands on him. And in the meantime, the cop that's holding on, trying to effect the arrest, is getting pummeled, is getting beaten. Personally, I have to tell you, when I saw the video, I was disgusted. As I told you, I would have suspended that second cop and went for termination. He has no business being on the job. If they're afraid to do their job, quit. Go somewhere else. Go to the sanitation department. Go to the transportation department. Don't stay on the police department, because you're gonna get somebody killed, or you're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking too. It's a danger to them as well. And this whole climate, we also have to make sure that we have, obviously, politicians who are backing our police so they feel that they can do the best of their abilities too, whatever the reasoning is. Bernie, thank you so much. It's always so great to have you here. And thank you for keeping us safe and all you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.